Downton Abbey is closing its doors for good. But before the lights dim on the Crawley estate forever, one question has fans losing sleep. Will Lady Mary get the ending she truly deserves? Or is the show's final act about to fall heartbreakingly flat? This September, Downton Abbey. The grand finale arrives in theaters, bringing to a close a story that has unfolded over 15 years and captured hearts around the world. And while the excitement around one final visit to Downton is building, there's an undercurrent of worry focused on one central character, Lady Mary. From the show's earliest days, Lady Mary Crawley has stood at its center, poised, intelligent, emotionally layered, and always fascinating. Michelle Dockery's portrayal turned her into one of television's most compelling characters. But after the last film, Downton Abbey, A New Era, something felt off. Her storyline seemed unfinished, and much of that came down to one person, her husband, Henry Talbot. Played by Matthew Goode, Henry was noticeably absent from the last film, with his absence glossed over with a brief excuse about his racing career. But fans didn't buy it. It didn't feel like a natural progression. It felt like Mary was simply left hanging, her arc suspended mid-air. And now, in what's supposed to be the final film of the franchise, the official cast list is out. And Goode is missing again. That's more than just a small omission. Practically every other key character is returning. Lord Grantham, Lady Edith, Mr. Carson, even Harold Levinson is back. But once again, no Henry. And that's raised a serious red flag, because without him, there's a real danger Mary's arc could be left incomplete once more. 2 movies in a row without resolution? That's not what longtime viewers want for a character who has carried so much emotional weight throughout the series. It's true. Goode's previous absence was reportedly due to his work on The Offer, and this time around, it may be scheduling conflicts with Department Q. Those are valid reasons, but they don't make things any easier for the writers. Because if they simply trot out the same excuse, he's away racing, again, it's going to feel lazy. Disappointing. Like Mary's finale doesn't really matter. But here's the twist. She doesn't need a romantic reunion to have a powerful ending. Mary has already shown she can survive devastating loss. She picked herself back up after Matthew's death, rebuilt her life, and took charge. Maybe this is her chance to shine solo. Maybe the real ending she deserves is one that highlights her strength, her leadership, and her ability to evolve in a world that keeps changing. Fans aren't asking for another love story. They're asking for closure. They want to see Mary's journey acknowledged, not as someone defined by the men she loved, but as a woman who stood at the center of one of television's greatest stories. A woman who grew, adapted, and ultimately became the head of the Crawley legacy. But Mary's story is just one thread in what could be a deeply emotional final chapter. Remember, Downton Abbey began in the wake of World War I. Now, the new film reportedly takes place in the 1930s, another turbulent era, with Europe inching closer to global conflict, economies teetering, and the social order shifting fast. That backdrop opens the door to rich, dramatic storytelling. Tom Branson, always caught between the old world and the new, may find himself reckoning with the rise of fascism, something deeply personal for a politically aware man with Irish roots. Meanwhile, Mary is facing her greatest challenge yet: how to keep Downton alive in an era that seems determined to leave estates like hers behind. Below stairs, change is brewing too. The 1930s saw a rapid decline in domestic service. The younger generation wanted more: factory jobs, city life, independence. Carson may have to face the reality of a dwindling staff, while Daisy might finally step into a future of her own making, away from the traditions she was born into. And Lady Edith, now a successful magazine editor, might find herself in the crosshairs of political tensions. If her publication starts stirring controversy, she could end up clashing with powerful forces, possibly even members of her own family. That's why this finale matters so much. Downton Abbey has always been about transformation, how time, grief, and progress reshape identity. It's never just been about the gowns and dinners. It's about resilience, reinvention, moving forward even when it hurts. And Lady Mary stands as the perfect embodiment of that. She's endured personal tragedy, grown through heartbreak, and emerged stronger each time. Her final moment shouldn't be dependent on whether Henry is present. It should be about who she's become: a leader, a survivor, a woman whose story deserves a real conclusion. So as the curtain prepares to fall on Downton Abbey, The weight of its legacy hangs in the balance. Will this final chapter give us the farewell these characters truly deserve? Will Lady Mary's final steps feel earned, powerful, and full of meaning? We'll find out soon. Until then, if you've been part of this incredible journey from the beginning, don't forget to like and subscribe, because this last act, if it's done right, it could be Downton Abbey's most unforgettable yet.